What's up, y'all? It's your boy Charles on Nez World. Listen, I was watching this documentary on Netflix. Netflix has some really good documentaries. They're known for they're really good. I think they did like The Last King and all the other stuff, but they did The Last King, The Last Dance about Michael Jordan. Uh, but recently I watched a documentary about the artist Andy Warhol. I was getting ready to say the other guy's name, but Andy Warhol, who is a world renowned, he's deceased now, but he's a world renowned artist. Some of his uh, art has been a part of pop culture for years, throughout the decades. His stuff goes for like millions of dollars, especially after he passed away. His stuff goes for millions and millions of dollars. And I've got the name of the documentary. If you type in Andy, I think it's called The Diary of Andy Warhol. I believe that's the name of it. Um, it's on Netflix. And I was watching it. I was bored. I said, let me check. I like to learn about artists because I'm an artist myself. So I like to watch documentaries about artists and stuff they've been through. And, this is pretty much like his real diary. It's very interesting how they did the documentary, though, because it's almost like, I don't know I think they said they had AI do it. This AI shit is scary, but they have a voice that sounds like actual Andy Warhol. And Andy Warhol has been dead for almost 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And the fact they got um this documentary with this AI voice sounding just like him is crazy. It's really kind of creepy, actually. But it was just one part of the documentary that actually kind of opened my eyes to a particular artist that Andy Warhol was friends with. He was actually a little bit more famous than Andy. A black artist by the name of Jean Basquiat. Jean Basquiat was his name. Jean Basquiat, black artist. If y'all don't know who he is, look him up. Jay-Z talks about him a lot in his music. A lot of other rappers have talked about him. He even had like a little T-shirt line at one time with Basquiat on it. That I think maybe his sister might have been behind, his siblings. Since he passed away. He passed away too in the 80s as well. I think 89 or 90 he passed away at the age of 26, 27, real young. But I hate to say this, I hate to say it, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack. A lot of people gonna be like, you say you love art, but you don't really love art and know art, because if you think that um Basquiat stuff is trash. I think that a lot of this stuff is trash. I was I hate to say it about Basquiat, but a lot of his stuff it looked like a 7-year-old drew it. Like, it was real shit. Um, and the cool part about it, even before he died, his stuff was going for like hundreds of thousands of dollars back when he was living. Now that he's even after he is deceased, is going for millions. Like an original Basquiat painting that was made by him, original, is going for million is an insult. It's going for triple, double the millions and millions of dollars. Like, I don't even think you can get anything below $5 million if you try to get like a Basquiat painting, right? But I was looking at I've always looked at his stuff and been like, why the hell is his stuff selling for all this money? I don't understand what people are seeing, because his art don't look like, it don't look like something that would blow me away. You know what I mean? Like, it literally looks like something that a child would have drawn to me. I mean, and you know what? The whole thing about it is, it's other people that have said the same thing. Like my friends that have said, I've always thought that about Basquiat stuff, is that what are people seeing that we are not seeing, that these people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, here's some information that I got that will maybe put a period, or even, well, I would say, answer the question about why Basquiat stuff sold for so much and it didn't look like shit to me. That's to me. I'm getting ready to break down why I think it happened, because this documentary covered it. I think it was episode 3, because it's the Andy Warhol documentary is it's broken down in like episodes, right? I think it might be episode 3. Andy Warhol talks about how uh, when Basquiat got into the art world, it was whispers amongst the art people in the art world about Basquiat. And he said one of the things that he heard that he found disturbing is this. The word was going around that it's this black artist that's painting. He puts his, 'cause at the time Basquiat would just drop it. He would just give his paintings out. He would just give it out to. He was just trying to get on. So he would just paint stuff and just give it out to people. He would give it to art dealers. He would give it to anybody that he thought would like his art or get his art that's in the art world. He would just he would stand outside art galleries and just give out his paintings to get himself known. Which is smart. If you want to get your art recognized, you gotta go to the people that's in the art world. Well, anyway, he would pass his paintings out, and eventually word started going around about his art. But but it wasn't about the actual art. A lot of these art people or these art critics or whatever thought his stuff was trash as well. But here's what ended up happening. A art dealer, I guess, started talking to Basquiat or whatever, and started going back to the other art buyers and the art people in the art world and they put this out. This is what Andy Warhol had said in his diary. There's a black artist going around, and he seems a bit off, and he seems to be disheveled. This is what they thought about Basquiat. They thought he was a little bit off. He was kind of weird. You watch some of his interviews, but they said that they found out also. I guess this art dealer found out also that Basquiat had a real bad heroin addiction. He had a really strong heroin addiction at the time when he was painting. So, being that he had a real bad heroin addiction and he wasn't trying to come off of heroin, the word around the art world was this. We know this art is trash, but if we inflate this art to make this art seem like it's more than what it really is, and when this artist, this heroin addict artist dies and pass away, we can, if we buy his art now, if we hype him up, buy his art now, get his art now, when he eventually overdoses on heroin, we'll we'll double, triple our investment. Cause you know what I'm saying? Because when artists, a famous artist, when he passes away, if you own a piece of his work, it's now worth triple, quadruple of what you paid for it. So that's what the whole gimmick was. And Andy Warhol apparently got note of this because Andy Warhol actually genuinely loved his art, unless he was bullshitting in his diary. But apparently, Andy Warhol actually loved his stuff. He didn't. It wasn't no hustle to him because he was an artist himself. He actually liked his art. So apparently, what Andy Warhol said, he was disgusted that this was going around. That like, no, this dude is actually talented. And I guess a couple of art dealers and art critics they want to be in good graces with Andy Warhol, being that he was like the king at the time. And then being that he was such a fan of Basquiat stuff, and Basquiat was on the come up. He was still the young artist coming up. Andy Warhol had been painting since the late 50s, so he was in his late 40s at the time. So he was like the king, the king of modern art, and he actually took a liking to Basquiat, But he being that these art critics had respect for Andy, they pretty much kind of simmer down on that thing that was going around about, hey, we're just gonna buy this guy's art, it's trash, but when he dies, we're gonna, we will be able to sell it. We're gonna hype him up, make him seem like he's all that, and then when he dies, we can get our art. So they was buying the art from Basquiat. He was selling paintings for he would just draw something real quick, like scribble scrabble. Like he has notepads that he's just scribbling in that's worth millions of dollars. So what these art critics were doing was hyping his art up all around New York, because New York is like the art scene of America. They hyped it up. People were buying his pieces from him, not really understanding the art or not even liking the art, but just waiting till this motherfucker died. So that way they can, if they gave him 20,000 for it, Basquiat 20,000 for it, and he croaks, they now can get 120,000 for it, or maybe a million for it. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole plan: is to hype his stuff up and make it, so then when he eventually passes away from heroin, then they'll get their breath. So I think that's true. Cause I'm looking at some of this, I'm like, this shit is, what are people, what? I was looking at, I was watching documentaries with Basquiat, and he would do a painting, and they would say he was such a genius. He would do a painting in 5 minutes. Yeah, he just, look at that shit. It looked like he painted that shit in 5 minutes. Which it's amazing. No, it's not amazing. It looked like a third grader painted it in 5 minutes. Because they would say he would just do art so fast, and he would do an art piece, a big piece within 30 minutes, 45. He would just turn around, but just so fast. And it would just, and then he would, these beautiful works of art. I'm looking at this shit. Yes, he was churning out so much work because it wasn't even, he wouldn't put no work into it. A real artist who really paints some good shit, but you actually like just stare at it like, damn. It's a artist, and these street artists in LA don't get the credit that they, the gesture that they deserve. It's an artist that drew a beautiful, beautiful mural of the late basketball player for the Lakers, the late great Kobe Bryant, at Venice Beach. I believe he finished it this summer. If you go, if y'all probably can find it on Google. That shit, the way he drew, dude, the art is so freaking dope. The shit is so like it looked like it's 3D. It looked like Kobe is coming off the wall. That's how, but he hand painted it. It's spray paint, but he hand painted it. That art is, dude. That artwork is. You can just have little, and then he got like this mamba snake because Kobe was supposed to be like the fast. He was so fast that his thing was the black mamba. So he has a snake. Is the actual snake called a black mamba, one of the deadliest snakes in the world. Which is why they gave it to Kobe, because he's supposed to be like the deadliest basketball player in the world. He got the snake surrounding Kobe as he's looking into the sun. The shit is so beautiful, dude. You can stare at that piece all day. That's art. But Basquiat stuff, I'm looking at it like, why? And then I'll look, why are they paying? Why is this worth $10 million? I just did not get it. But watching that documentary, man, it started to make sense. I believe that that's what it is. Andy Warhol, I think, didn't want to come to that conclusion that that's what it was, because he was actually a fan of Basquiat shit. You know what I'm saying? But I really think that that's why Basquiat blew up so big, is that these art critics was fiending on it off his art because it was in hopes that he was going to die so they can get a profit off of it. That's all. Let's hype up. It's almost like, let's hype up this art. Let's buy this heroin addict's artwork, and then we'll hype it up like it's the best thing since sliced bread. The price will go up, and we already own it. Then when this fool die, then once he's the sought after, proclaimed new artist that he ended up becoming to be, and we know he's on heroin, he's going to eventually croak when he ODs. Once he ODs, our shit going to be worth 10 times what we paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I really truly believe that's what it was, because and when I watched that particular part in the documentary, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. And these motherfuckers, man, especially in the art world, are dirty. They don't give a fuck about no damn, especially no black artists. What? He gonna die anyway? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get his art, buy it from him, blow his shit up, and then when he dies, we gonna get millions. I think that was the play the whole time with Basquiat. I think that was the play the whole time with him. Because I hate to say his stuff was not it, dude. I'm telling you. If you go Google some of Basquiat's stuff and let me know in the comments what you think about his art. Go right now. You can Google it and you can go on Google and put in John Basquiat, John Basquiat's artwork, and then go to images in Google and you'll see his artwork. They got samples of it. And then come back in the comments and let me know what y'all think, and let me know if those pieces of artwork is worth tens of millions of dollars that's going for now. Because and then whatever y'all say, I'm telling you, y'all probably be thinking the same thing. But if you get a chance, watch the documentary. When I watch that part, now I know what I'm saying is gonna get probably a lot of controversy now from a lot of people, probably in the art world, a lot of celebrities, probably Jay-Z gonna come after me, because Jay-Z loves John Basquiat. He has a bunch of his pieces at his house. If you can see, he wears his hair all weird, like the big dreadlock. He got that from Basquiat. The Basquiat used to wear his hair with like let it just grow, and it had like these weird like dread. It was his hair. His hair actually was kind of dope. I ain't gonna front, But I like African American. I like African, black shit. So to me, I thought his hair was fly. That's about the flyest thing I thought about Basquiat. His hair was dope. Some of his pieces I thought were okay, but some of that stuff you can just look at like, man, really? This is in the gallery, and this thing probably worth $50 million, and literally like he just scrabbled on the whole damn big ass canvas. I don't know. Don't shoot. This is just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger, y'all. But y'all go and look at this stuff. Y'all haven't seen this stuff. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. And check out the documentary, The Diary of Andy Warhol, and let me know what y'all think. Let's talk about it in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all.
Nonetheless, Terry just unloaded on him, said Martinez. I could see him getting angrier and angrier. I heard your fucking track, Dre said, in Terry's recollection. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, Mr. Ultimate Breaks and Beats, she yelled back, referencing a popular series of vinyl albums containing sample-ready breakbeats. One more fucking word, he added, a threat she ignored. And he punched me in the eye, she said. And when I didn't go down, he punched me in the mouth. He punched her hard, really hard.
For more of these fascinating stories and true crimes, subscribe to Charles Arnis World. Thanks for watching.
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arnis Photography on Instagram, as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.